kind of questions on your iReady diagnostic. So today we're going to learn how we can use our knowledge of factors and multiples to answer these fun questions about rules, okay, and patterns. So maybe you remember back in kindergarten when you learned patterns and you did putting together the little linker cubes. Do you remember? Like you would do a red, green, red, green, red, green. Well, now that we're in 4th grade, we're going to talk about patterns with numbers and rules, which we love in 4th grade.
No, we don't.
So, we're going to apply mathematical rules to numbers to determine their patterns.
I like rules.
Use the rule to find the next 3 terms in the pattern. So I like to follow kind of the same tip that we did yesterday when we were coming up with multiples. So I'm thinking I need 3 more terms. So I'm going to write down 1, 2, 3 lines just to help me remember what I'm doing. Miles, you're going to see how easy this is in a moment. Here's the rule. Add 2. It's especially easy when they tell you the rule. Sometimes you have to figure it out for yourself. So what they're saying is, between the terms, so these are the terms. 22 is a term. It's basically just the number in the pattern. 24 is the term. 26 is the term. 28 is the term. Between each term, they're just adding 2. So if it ends in 30, the next term would be 32. Easy peasy, right? The next term would be 34. The next term would be 36. Okay. Now for all of these in this section, we're finding the next 3 terms. So we can just do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nolan. Okay, Nolan, I know it's hard to stay quiet when you really want to talk, but I'm taking a video here, and your talking is going to be distracting to Lucas when he's trying to listen at home. So you can stay up here and be quiet, or you could move to the back table if you'd rather. Okay, so this rule is multiply by 2. So each term, when someone asks me, what is a term? It's a fancy word for number in a pattern, right? Like if you were in kindergarten, the term would be green linker cube, okay? But in this case, it's 5. So because the rule is multiply by 2, they take the term and they multiply by 2. So if we started with 40 and we multiplied by 2, what would we get? 80. Now, in order to get the next term, we're going to take 80 and multiply by 2. Think about that for a second. Kate, what would you get? 160. Now, to get the next term in the pattern, we might have to do a little math here. We're going to multiply 160 times 2. Are you figuring that out, Lana? 160 times 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 1 plus 1 more. Did anyone get 320? Outstanding. All right, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes. See if you can do numbers 3 and 4. Ready, go. How are you going to do them? So you're going to start with 27, right? And then you have to take 27 times 3. Are you going to do shortcut method? Are you going to do area model? Okay, set it up. You want to do it in your book? You want a sticky note?
729. The first one is 81.
Shortcut? Okay, ready, go.
And then 729. Done. Oh yeah, done. Add, okay, at least it's adding. 37. 37 plus 73. 44. And 44 plus 7 is 51. I'm done. Have you ever seen me color my hair? Are you done? No? Five times 6 is 30. You were supposed to do 326. I did it. I did. Can you prove that? No, you went
So, Annie, I don't see anywhere in your paper where you were doing the work for multiplying. So if you can hear me, say shh. Okay, so for number 3, I actually had to do the multiplying. I could not do those in my head. Anyone else have to do it out? Yeah? Okay. So I did the shortcut method, Sophia and Amelia. So I did 27 times 3 is 81. Then I took 81 times 3, and I got 243. And then I did 243 times 3, and I got 729. Anyone else?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this one is going to be a little bit easier because it's just adding by 7. I'm going to give you just a few moments because some of you were still working on multiplying. All right, so in that time, I was able to do this. I just did this on my paper. 30 plus 7 is 37. 37 plus 7 is 44. 44 plus 7 is 51.
Yes.
Okay, how many of you wrote a goal this morning that you were going to improve in an area in math? Anyone write a goal about improving in math? So those of you without your hands up have forgotten the activity that we did this morning where every single one of you wrote a goal for math. Is anyone working towards their goal right now?
Yes.
This is your choice. You can do learning right now or you can not. Okay. All right. This is the same kind of activity, but the directions and the information are a little bit different. So this is going to tell us the rule. This is like a number puzzle. And you are going to find the first 10 terms. I saw some people in the back working ahead, which is totally fine. This is telling me my first term, Chase, is 9, which means I'm starting with 9. This one, the first term is 10. I need to find 10 terms. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this rule is adding 5, and this rule is adding 60. So here's where you're going to do a little bit of thinking. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 5 is
19.
okay, and then you can finish that one up. 10 plus 60 is
70.
70. 70 plus 60 is
30.
and then you can finish that up. I'll give you a moment to finish it up. Ready, go.
If you admit my turtle is cuter than turtle is not cuter than baby turtle. Sorry.
All right, what'd you get? 19 plus 5 is 24 plus 5 is 29 plus 5 is, are you guys noticing a pattern?
Yes.
Then we would have 39. Thank you, bud. Then we're gonna have 44, 49, and 54. What about here? 130 plus 60 is?
190.
190 plus 60 is?
230. 250. What?
I'm thinking 190 plus 60, Matthew. 9 plus 6 is 15. Got it? 250 plus 60 is?
310. 310.
310 plus 60 is?
370. 370. Yeah, because it's plus 60.
370 plus 60 is?
430.
12, 13. 430 plus 60 is?
500. 490. 490.
And 490 plus 60 is?
500. 550. No, 550.
This is the tricky part about the pattern is when you make one mistake, your whole pattern is ruined, huh? So we've got 5 and 5. 550 is the 10th term. So you can also use this information in a table. You might have seen tables like this on your iReady diagnostic. Anyone remember seeing a table and talking about rules and being like, what?
Yeah.
So we can figure out the terms here when we find the pattern. So what is the pattern from 3 to 6? What are we doing? Maybe.
Add 3.
I'm having trouble hearing because of all the talking in the room, so I'll wait. Hopefully we finish by recess. Okay, so we could be adding 3. We could also be multiplying by 2, right?
No, but
We could for this term, but Chase, when we check the next term, only one rule works, right?
12.
Right. We're no longer possibly multiplying by 2 because that would give us 12.
Yeah.
But plus 3 still works, right? 9 plus 3, does that work?
Yes.
So finally, we would do, this is the 20th term.
We did 3 plus 3 until we get to
So we could go 3 plus 3 plus 3 until we get to 20. Or we could look at the relationship between the house and the number. So another way to think about this is kind of like this.
odd, even, odd, even.
I'm going to put this in a table like this. So what am I doing between these two? I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to flip it. So do you see what I've done? I've got first, 3. Oh no. Second, 6. Third, 9th. 4th, and 12th.
That thing could have ruined you.
So what am I doing here? To get from 1 to 3. Gunner?
So 1 to 3, get to 1 to 3, you would have to multiply.
I could multiply by 3 or I could add 2.
You could add 2.
Does it work here? 2 plus 2 is 6?
No.
Or 2 times 2 is 6?
Yes.
3 times 2 is...
6. No.
Oh, wait, whoopsies. 2 times 2 is not 6. 2 times 3 is 6.
Yes.
I'm distracted by the pencil sharpening. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. So what could we do to find the 20th term? 20 times 3. What do we get?
60.
60. So there's 2 ways to see the pattern. When you have a table, you can go this way, but you can also look at the relationship between the 2 sides of data. Okay? All right. We'll finish this one up next time. Please clear your desks. Time to go out.